What up, dudes? It's Gaz, and welcome to the Warframe video. So today we're going to have another type of discussion video over some speculation and theory crafting for Heart of Deimos. It's going to be coming out in like 2 days right now. So, before we get into it, make sure you check out the Twitch channel, twitch.tv/Gaz_TTV, and make sure you sub to this YouTube channel if you're not already, and possibly even hit that bell for notifications of when videos go up. They go up every day. Alright, so the discussion today is actually going to be about the build that we're actually going to be running for Heart of Deimos against the mainly infested faction. And also, like basically, if Arcane Resistance might become a lot more useful with the Heart of Deimos, since the infested do use toxin status effects to hurt us a lot of the time. And how a lot of the builds we're actually running right now might not be properly suited for what we're running into in Deimos. Because, yeah, let's just get into it. Okay, so basically, just quick TLDR, toxin damage will bypass shield and go directly to health. So, for example, on this Protea build, she has shield grenades that give you increased shield regen, all this kind of stuff. Being totally focused on shields and like shield gating and stuff, like something like this has no health mods at all, where it's like, okay, we're gonna get our shield back to full, and we're gonna rolling guard off toxin procs. Well, first off, some of the enemies just for Heart of Deimos are just most likely going to deal toxin damage up front. So let's just quickly, this is the easiest one to spawn right here, the Mutilist Osprey. Not the only infested troop that does toxin damage up front. There's also the Juggernaut will shoot, but the Juggernaut shoots so much toxin clouds. But I don't know if we'll be fighting Juggernauts on Heart of Deimos. We've also got things like the Toxic Ancient. This thing does a huge toxin attack that is actually not going to be negated by Arcane Resistance. Arcane Resistance, what it does is, when you fully rank it up, 100% chance to fully resist a toxin proc, not the toxin damage. So let's just take a quick look at this. I have so many shields. I've got 1,500 shields. That guy attacks me with his toxin cloud, I am pretty much dead. I have 3 health because my adaptation saved my butt there. So, shield-focused builds are not going to really... I'm not going to say for a fact, but it's possible that they will not be the meta for Heart of Deimos specifically, because of enemies like the Mutilist Osprey, possibly like some of these new infested enemies, the one with the weak points on it, and the Bone Tower, maybe even the Centipede guys. They possibly will deal toxin damage on attacks. So let's do that same exact test right there. That's a level 60 Osprey, by the way. I think that will be around like the highest level bounty. So we would definitely want to change our build if we were going to Heart of Deimos with Protea. We would definitely change it a lot. Like, it would not be focused on shields and being tanky. So let's try that exact same test with Arcane Resistance equipped. If the UI will let me leave. Exit, please. I think there's something wrong with the servers currently. Alright, finally let me out. Okay, so we're going to do that same exact test. We're going to tank that damage cloud with Arcane Resistance. 100% toxin status effect resistance. Alright, we're going to get our big shields just because that's what we did the first time. Now he'll attack us. As you see, we only took... Like, we are technically staying in the cloud, so it's still going to hurt us. But we saved about 150 HP there. And the proc didn't even get us. We went down to 3 HP before. So, of course, he can do that attack again. So you are going to want to have something that's going to be involving... possibly increasing your health bar. So, even something like we actually do have a health bar increasing mod on here, which is Prime Vigor. But honestly, things like Protea might not be the best call here, guys. If we were to run possibly maybe Vitality on here, I know that sounds kind of like dumb to run Vitality on Protea, but you know, like, they are going to be dealing a lot of damage to us. So maybe even go, since the shield's not going to be as important. Now, keep in mind, the enemies can also normally attack you. Let's spawn a Charger and a Mutilist Osprey here. The Chargers deal impact damage mostly on their attacks. It's not entirely impact damage, but it is mostly. That's for the purposes of adaptation. So let's see how our survivability goes up here. Of course, you could just kill these guys, but I'm just trying to show how it would work. See, now we're a lot more healthy right now. Standing in that toxin cloud didn't even like really bother us. And the infested actually are some of the harder enemies to fight against survivability-wise. That guy is dealing about 300 damage per swipe to me. So, it's something you might want to keep in mind, is actually possibly running something that's going to make it so toxin procs aren't as annoying. Now, if you didn't want to run a Arcane slot for it, you could actually run the mod Rapid Resilience, which is going to make it so 75% reduced status duration on self. I don't really use this one too much, but let's just quickly give it a shot. We'll take off resistance just to see what the difference is going to be here. It will make the toxin procs like hardly last any time at all, but we will still, the problem is we'll still continue to take toxin procs. So let's do the same exact test with no arcane resistance and rapid resilience. I wouldn't really say rapid resilience is worth the mod slot, but then again, like if the infested are dealing slash damage to you, or if you get magnetic proc somehow, see, it's only taken 1 second now for the toxin proc, we keep taking them. With arcane resistance, we wouldn't take the toxin proc, period. So that's what I'm kind of looking at here. There's other things you could do, of course, like if you're playing Anaros or something like that, you're not going to take them, but then again, Anaros is not exactly the master of having great abilities. So maybe consider a healing situation, or just don't rely on shield gating as you normally would. So for example, on like Banshee, you probably want to run, like this is a shield gating focused Banshee build right here with Augur, Brief Respite, and Rolling Guard. When there's a bunch of infested enemies attacking you, it might not work out the way you want it to. So that's what I'm saying. Maybe either if you're going to play Banshee, probably run Resistance and possibly run a health mod, because, like I said, they're going to deal toxin damage through your health, even if you prevent the effect. So I'm not trying to drive the price of this thing up, but yeah, they are pretty cheap currently, and it might be a good safeguard. I can't guarantee this. I've just been reviewing the gameplay of the Heart of Deimos reveal. And I don't believe that the Necromechs will be dealing toxin damage. They seem like they are dealing, I'm going to guess, blast and impact damage for the Necromechs. And then the new enemies, they're either going to deal slash damage, or the infested. The infested tend to deal corrosive, gas, viral, and toxin. They're pretty nasty like that. Let's spawn like one of each of infested troop just to see what we end up getting hit with here with adaptation. So let me quickly just switch to that. Let's go back to Protea, because that was working out. I'm going to turn invincibility on just so we can face tank all the damage. And the UI is just locking me in there. Invincibility. So let's do a Toxic Ancient. We're going to do a... let's spawn some of these weirder ones, like the Undying Flyer. I think he does corrosive damage. Leaping Thrasher, I'm pretty sure we'll have those again. Juggernaut while we're at it. And... Swarm Mutilus Mode. Alright, we're going to face tank all these enemies with invincibility just to see what damage types they do, because the infested actually do have lots of damage types they hit you with. So, you've already taken Toxin. There's Puncture right there, mostly Puncture. Of course, this is not all, so that guy's dealing Slash. There's gas damage right there from the Juggernaut, blast damage from something. So, yeah, there's going to be a lot of stuff. There's corrosive from one of the... So, okay, here's the thing. Juggernauts are complete jerks. If Juggernauts are spawning on Heart of Deimos, you're going to definitely want a high corrosive damage or gas damage weapon to destroy them. And they move around a lot. They deal lots of different types of elemental damage. So, yeah, you're going to want to definitely have some anti-infested setups going. I will have a video on my loadout going into Heart of Deimos the next couple of days. I'll actually probably have it come out the day of Deimos, just because I won't be here immediately when Deimos comes out. I'm going to be... at work until about 8 p.m. my time, so it'll be a little bit later of a stream, but there will be a stream the day of Deimos, so definitely keep an eye on that, guys. Okay, so hopefully this video was helpful to you, just getting you some theory crafting ideas, that the infested actually are some of the hardest enemies to survive against, and maybe arcane resistance might be worth it for specifically toxin procs, because our meta of builds that we currently have, really, a lot of them rely on shield gating. So, yeah, something to keep in mind in the future. Hopefully this video is helpful to you. Please like, share, and subscribe, and I will see you next video, guys. Peace.